back to my channel. My name is Hope and this is Mission Keto, and today's video is a meal prep video. I feel like I haven't done one of these in a while because I haven't, and today's gonna be pretty quick and easy. I have my list as always. You guys know that I recommend making a list of what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and you know what, if you don't get to all of them on the list, that's okay, because it's really just a guideline. And sometimes I don't get to certain things because I'm just tired and, you know, I don't feel like it. So today I'm going to be making an olive salad, and this just sounded delicious because I like all things olive, and then there's also some other ingredients in it too. This is something that you can put on like deli sandwiches and stuff, so I just thought that sounded really good. I'm also going to be making a loaf of the protein sparing modified fast bread because I do plan on having some sandwiches this week. And as always, Ralphie wants to say hi. I'm going to be making a restaurant style salsa, and this comes from that non-dairy cookbook that I've been loving so much. I'm very excited about trying this. And then because of that, I thought I might try something with the egg life wraps in the air fryer, try to make my own like tortilla chips for the salsa. So crossing fingers, I hope that works. And oh, I'm gonna be making bacon. And that's always, right? I've got 1 more pound in there and I've been kind of craving it. I haven't made it in the last couple of weeks. And then last but not least, I'm gonna be making some egg salad. What's exciting about this egg salad, I'm gonna be making the hard-boiled eggs in my new Instant Pot that my girls got me for Mother's Day. So I'm very excited about trying that and seeing, is it gonna be easier to peel the eggs, all of that good stuff. So stick around and make sure you hit like, subscribe, share, all of that. Make sure you're going down in the description box down below, checking out different ways that you can follow me and my Facebook group and all of those things on social media. All of that's down there below. I've got discount codes down below. Any support that you can show my channel, I would love it because it is growing and I'm so excited about that. And it wouldn't be growing if it wasn't for you guys. So thanks so much. Let's meal prep.
All right, so I'm gonna make bacon first. I just put a pound of bacon on 2 cookie sheets in a 400-degree oven, usually about 20 minutes or so.
All right, we're back. And now we're going to make the New Orleans style olive salad. So basically it is one of those things that you would put on a muffaletta sandwich. If you guys are familiar with that, I don't know much about that, but I love olives. I love like the saltiness and the, you know, texture and all of that, but I'm really loving this idea because what she says to put it on is like your deli sandwiches and stuff, and I'm planning on making some deli sandwiches this week. I think this would be something good, flavorful, since I'm not having cheese or anything, and you basically super easy, and it lasts for like 3 weeks in the refrigerator, which I'm very excited about it. So you need like 1.5 cups of this giardiniera, which is like a mix of, you know, vegetables, cauliflower and carrots and stuff like that. You need some green olives, which we always have those, some Kalamata olives, pepperoncini, stems removed, but these are already like pickled and everything. So roasted red peppers, which we have. And then you need some red wine vinegar, olive oil, garlic, basil, oregano, black pepper, and some pepper flakes. Oh, and some capers at the end. That's like one of the last things. So you basically are just gonna put everything in the food processor, mix it up, and you have this delicious olive salad. You could even use it as a dip. What I also like about this is it is 0.5 in total carbs. Total carbs, 0.4 in net carbs. So that's very good news for those of us that are counting total carbs, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up, get it blended up. I'll show you what it looks like at the end because honestly, I forgot some of the spices.
All right, so basically you're just putting all the ingredients together inside the food processor and blending it. She didn't say in the recipe if you needed to drain everything, so I did drain for the most part, but not 100%. And then you just basically put it in the food processor till it's nice and blended.
Okay, as you can see, I have blended it up. Honestly, it's probably a little too blended up, but at the same time, it's okay because it's kind of, you know, more of a dip kind of thing that we're looking at here. Let me get a container to put it in, but I'm excited about it, honestly. So once you get that done, then you mix in the capers at the end, because it is supposed to be more of a salad, but it doesn't have the best look, right? It doesn't look super inviting, but that's okay. And I'm liking the idea of having it with chips or something too, which is on my list today. My container might not be big enough, but that's all right. So yeah, here is my olive salad. We're gonna put a little bit more, put some capers in. And you notice there's no salt in this because everything that we're putting in here is pretty much salty on its own. So basically you're wanting chunks about the size of the capers, and I overdid it. So just make sure if you make something like this, just don't overdo it like I did. But it doesn't mean I'm not gonna eat it. So I'm gonna take a little taste. Oh yeah, oh. If you like pickled things like olives and all of that, ooh, that is really good. And it made a lot, so I'm glad that it will stick in the fridge for like 3 weeks also. And dairy-free and super low carb. Obviously, it's something that you could have not dairy-free, but that's number 2 down already. I've got the bacon finishing up in the oven, and I think I'm gonna get the eggs in the Instant Pot. Never done that before, so let's try that out. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna do is hard boil some eggs in the Instant Pot. This is the first time I've ever done this, so I'm kind of excited about it. I am kind of reading up on it. It's pretty simple to do, but I Googled a recipe, and Simply Recipes has a pretty easy, just basics of what to do. My Instant Pot came with like some guidelines and stuff, but no details. So basically you want to put a little bit of water in your Instant Pot at the bottom. And then if you have a basket, that's great. I don't have a steamer basket, but they did give me some kind of a like basket or thing to put things on, I guess. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my eggs on there. It does recommend not to stack them on top of each other. I'm gonna try to get 12 in here. We'll see, because I'm making some egg salad. I think we can make this work as close as possible anyway. Do some adjusting. Ooh, that egg. Oh, okay. Move this one over. Yeah, and that's it. I'm going to move this and put it elsewhere because I don't have room on this counter. But, oh, I got it backwards. You're basically just going to let it natural release. It's still going to take maybe about the same amount of time, but it's supposed to be easier, I guess. And you let it natural release. So let me do that, and then I will show you what they look like when they come out. My bacon is done. So I gotta check my list and see what we're gonna be doing next. But so far, this has been a nice, quick and easy meal prep for the week.
All right, so I'm doing a voiceover on this one because it is Sunday. People are in the house doing things, and I just thought it'd be easier to just talk about it this way. So I'm making this restaurant-style salsa, and I don't know how many of you guys love chips and salsa. That is something that I absolutely love. And I thought this would be kind of neat to make it myself. So basically right now we're just going to prep all the veggies, and we're gonna stick them on the baking sheet and then cook them in the oven and get them charred. Very easy. When I was making this, I was like, this is way easier than I thought. We can do this a lot, and it makes a lot as well. I'm wondering if I could even freeze some of it because it made that much. But yeah, so while we're doing that, I have a question for you guys. How many of you guys are excited about the new Top Gun Maverick movie coming out this weekend? Oh my gosh, we're so excited. We already reserved tickets. We are going this weekend. I can't wait to see it. And we were actually, I think it was supposed to actually release in 2020, and then, that happened. So they kept pushing it back. And Andy just read me something the other day that Tom Cruise said. He was like, I would never have streamed this like on home devices for people. He was like, I make movies for the big screen. I thought that was funny. I'm like, well, he's a great actor. He can say those things. But it was so funny. I was like, this is the truth. But I think it's the kind of movie that you do want to see in the theater. I've been watching a lot about it, and I just can't wait. I mean, who doesn't love the first one, right? But let me know down below if you're excited. I'm excited about that movie, and I think like a week or so later, the very last Jurassic Park is coming out. I think it's June 10th, and that's another one that we absolutely love, that whole saga or whatever. So excited about that one. So it looks like we're going to be busy. And Ralphie's trying to play with me right now. I can't play Ralphie, but he's saying hi. But yeah, let me know if those are movies that you're excited about, because, oh my gosh, I am. We're big movie buffs here, though. And that is it. So all that talking, and we still didn't finish. Let's see. So yeah, here's the trick right here with the peppers. In her recipe, it says use 2 of these peppers, and when you're getting ready to put them in the blender, though, she recommends putting 1 in at a time, because you don't know how hot those are going to be. And that was something that I should have listened to, because it's a spicy salsa, but it's good. I personally like it. See, you hear Ralphie? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to go into the other room. But yeah, so very simple. I was surprised at how easy this was to make. I was even more surprised at how delicious it was, and quick and easy. So let me know if this is something that you would make down below. All right, so we're checking on the eggs. It looks like they're done, and I'm gonna stick them in a bowl of ice water. They are a little hot to touch. I was just checking that. But yeah, so far so good. The question is, will the peeling be easier? Let's go check on these veggies in here that we have roasting in the oven. They're almost done. That's very colorful, isn't it? That looks nice. It's pretty. All right, so the veggies are out of the oven. Here's a good view of them. You want to get them nice and charred. They probably could have been charred a little bit more, but I didn't feel like waiting, to be honest. I mean, I'm gonna pulverize them anyways. Here I was having a really hard time organizing everything and getting everything, you know, where I wanted it. I'm a lefty too, so the way the kitchen is set up right there where I have it, it's just kind of awkward. So I was having a hard time figuring that out. But basically you're just going to scoop everything into the food processor and the juices too. That was very important. She made sure get the juices in there too, because it's all been roasting. Okay, so as you can see, I just sped it up, but we put everything in there. We're going to blend it up. We're going to add some cilantro, some cumin, and some lime juice. And it's that simple. You can see how hot it is though. All right, here we are. We're getting ready to peel these eggs. Let's see, is it worth it to put it in the Instant Pot? I would say most definitely yes. This was actually probably one of the easiest times that I have. And in my history, like when I boil them on the stove, I feel like the, pasture-raised organic eggs, those actually are harder to peel. And that's what these are. These are the Vital Farms eggs. And they were so easy. Everything, it came off, you can see, super easy. And it didn't take much time at all. So I have a dozen eggs here that I'm going to peel and get ready for some egg salad. What do you guys put in your egg salad? We're pretty simple folk here. We don't like a lot of, we're kind of picky with certain things. And when I say we, I mean Andy and Jordan. But I just put some mayo, of course, a little bit of mustard, and then some salt and pepper. And that's literally it. We don't get fancy, no onions or anything like that. But this was definitely the way to go. I'm very happy with using the Instant Pot for hard-boiled eggs. I see a lot of deviled eggs and hard-boiled eggs in my future. I can't wait. But yeah, this was easy. And I don't think I show you every egg that I peel because that would just be ridiculous, right? Well, here I am now making the egg salad, so I don't have anything to talk about how I make it. Holy moly. Do you guys have the little egg chopper contraption where you just lay the egg in there and you put the wires over it and it cuts it? I don't know. Is that worth it? I think I used to have one of those, but I don't know what happened to it. It's been 28 years of marriage, and I've moved a few times. Okay, so next we're going to do a little experiment here with the Egg Life wraps. I'm going to try to make some chips out of it for the salsa that I made. And I'm really excited about this because they're 0 carbs. These Egg Life plain or original flavored are actually 0 total carbs. So I could eat the whole package. Just kidding. I wouldn't, but maybe I would. I don't know. Depends on how these turn out, right? But these are definitely keto friendly, total carb, net carb, whatever carb. And if this works out, I'm going to be extremely excited. I do try one at a time first because, these are like $5 a package at Aldi's, and they, they're very delicate. They're kind of pricey for 6. And while some things are definitely worth it, I don't want to waste one and it not work out. So I try one first just to see how it turns out, because it's very important to me that I have good chips for my restaurant style salsa that I made. But then I'm just going to spray them with some kind of oil that you have. I think that's a coconut oil spray that I have, both sides, and then I salt both sides too. I can't wait. I'm just so excited for these. So then I stuck them in the oven. I don't know why I had pepper. I was showing you guys pepper. Why did I put pepper out? That was kind of silly. I did have to stick close to the air fryer the whole time they were cooking, so it took a little bit of time. But again, good things come to those who wait, right? That's kind of how I look at it. So we're going to stick it in the oven or the air fryer and see. All right, guys, so I have made the Egg Life wraps into little chips. They didn't get super brown, but they are very crispy, and I'm happy about them. So I'm gonna do a quick taste test with the salsa that I made. And here's the salsa. I know the salsa is gonna be better when it is, it's still got steam coming from it, when it gets cold, but I'm very excited about this because I can make nachos with it. Now the air fryer, it takes a little bit of longer time, and you can only fit like a few in there at a time. I had to keep going in and kind of separating them because the air was just blowing them around, but they weren't sticking together or anything, which is fine. But I definitely feel like it's worth it. And you should probably sit here. I originally had the temperature at like 350 degrees and was watching it, but I decided to go ahead and bump it up to 400. So I might still mess around with it to try to get it a little bit more golden, but you can see this one looks good. This one's kind of golden, and there is a little crisp to it, but restaurant style salsa. And I mean, this right here, this snack is like less than 5 total carbs. Oh, wow, that was crunchy. Did you hear that?
Wow.
Andy's sitting there watching me, probably thinking I'm crazy. Really good. I mean, you're definitely getting the vibe of chips and salsa. So yay, that's a win. I will say this is spicy. And I reread her instructions, and she said, put 1 pepper at a time in the food processor. I did not do that. But it's still delicious. I mean, I like spicy anyways, but I would definitely recommend maybe doing that 1 pepper at a time if you're gonna make it, if you get her cookbook. But all right, I'm gonna make the protein sparing bread next, and then we can call it a day. My meal prep is almost done, and it's only 11:30. All right, so I've had a few of you guys say, hey, how do you make the protein bread? I don't think I've ever slowly in real time shown you guys. I originally made this from Maria Emmerich's cookbook, 30-Day Keto Cleanse, and I think it included the egg yolks in it. That's what kind of started it for me anyways. I know this bread is like the craze now. And then I was watching people make it without the egg yolks, and I think at this point, I feel like I got partially from Janet Greta, but she's changed her so many times that I can't remember, in a good way. She's like perfected it. But this is like, I think one of the older versions. I will write down the notes that I have for it, but please, 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 this is not my recipe. You know, at this point, honestly, I don't know whose it is because everybody's making it and everybody's kind of adjusting it. So I just want to say this is not mine at all. This is just kind of what I've taken from other people and stuff. So I think I've got egg whites in here first with some cream of tartar, and you can make it without one of the fancy blenders. As you can see, I've just got my hand mixer, and you just blend it, mix it up really good until it gets stiff peaks, and that's when you add the rest of the ingredients. I think it's the egg white protein powder, allulose, that's an optional thing, and xanthan gum. But a lot of this is just optional things too, not the egg stuff. Obviously, you need the egg white protein powder and the egg whites, right? And then once you get that in there, you mix it all together as well. And we're going to throw it in the pan. I'm going to make it in this loaf pan here, the metal one that I just bought in my grocery haul. And I wanted to try it because I usually use a glass one. And I don't know why. I've just never been thrilled with how it turned out. So we'll see how this one does. It just doesn't rise a lot. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong with mine to begin with, which probably user error most of the time is my issue. But as you can see, I've just kind of, you're mixing these ingredients in, and then you do another blend, and you put it in your pan, whichever one you use. I use the same thing, same recipe for, you know, the buns that I made. I'm going to get a hamburger bun silicone mat too, so we can make some hamburger buns. I'm excited about that. But yeah, so now I'm just going to mix this up now that the rest of the ingredients are in. Okay, so I've got my pan ready to go. I put parchment paper in it. I just think that that works better as far as nonstick. I probably should have sprayed it also, but it did lift easily from it. I didn't have an issue this time. So just a side note, I can't remember if I've done it in the past. I think I have. Now that I think about it, when I made the buns, the hot dog buns or the sub rolls, but it still came out just fine. So you just put everything in there, and then you just kind of make sure that it has flattened, you know, that you get all the air bubbles out. Anyways, that's what I try to do. And yeah, it's really very simple. I don't know why I always stress about making this, because it's really very simple and easy. Easier than you think, and it doesn't take much time at all. I think it goes like 325 degrees. I'll have it all down there below, make sure, but for like 30 minutes. But yeah, then you got yourself a loaf of bread. I'm trying to make it pretty, you know, pretty on top, like a loaf of bread, a fancy loaf of bread. It never turns out fancy though for me. There we go. Put it in the oven. All right, here is everything that I have made for my meal prep for this week. Here's the bread after it came out of the oven. I'm still letting it cool a little bit more before I slice it, but doesn't that look good? I'm liking it. It's like perfectly even, and I like the brown edges on it. But yeah, usually it seems to like curve in and just get weirdly shaped, and I think that this is gonna look like normal bread when I slice it. I can't wait to try it out. But remember, normally I use the glass loaf pan that I have, and this is a different one. So I don't know if that made any difference at all, but I have my chips. I just put them in a little baggie here. You can see there towards the end when I had increased the temperature, some of these got a little browner. So I think I'll definitely stick with 400 degrees next time. I've got some bacon ready to go. I've got my restaurant style salsa. This is so delicious. This is not very appetizing looking, I know, but this is the olive salad, but it is so delicious. It really is. And just remember, I just processed it way too much in the food processor. And then last but not least, I got my egg salad. We like the big chunks in the egg salad, and that is everything I made. So I'm pretty much prepared for this week. Please make sure you like it. Let me know if any of these things you would try and what you would try, and have a great day. See you next time. Bye.